orange hawks. Well guys, that's not good. These valves still burning oil. Yeah, not good. Okay, let's see what have broken meanwhile while the car was here for several days. This is, you know, the sad well, you know, they call it the sad well. And let's see what has broken. We have no new error message, that is good. We have our radio not working, just making some alien noise which is trying to destroy my ears. Okay, let's try FM. No, again no. Here's some problem. You can see we cannot reach any station. Even if we try to go to scan, it's found the station, finds the station, but nothing. Okay, and the problem is not in the radio only. We have CD inside which was working. It was actually from the previous owner, and we again cannot hear anything. So that's a problem which occurred while the car was sitting here. Everything was working before several days when I last drive it. So yeah, you know, E65 and its problems. But let's go to the topic of this video, guys. So guys, I don't have a choice now. No radio, no CD. I have to listen to the V8 only. And maybe that's the E65 trying to tell me, listen to the noise of the engine, not the noise of the music of this commercial shit. So that's it. Bad weather today. Hello guys, it's the Morons Hex. How are you doing it, guys? It's been several days since our last video, but this video will be different. I will not show you POV, but instead of this we'll talk about selling cars. Yeah, we'll talk about selling your car, or selling your friend's car, or even better, selling your girlfriend's car. Yeah, doesn't matter. We'll talk about some things you have to do properly in order to sell your car. I'll tell you my story. Wow, shit. However, I'll leave it there. What a nasty day today, and some cow shit here. Okay, it isn't the best place to make such video, but it's pretty calm here and I like it. So this will be a video about my experience and my advices to you about how to sell properly your car, maximum fast and with the best efforts. You should make some efforts in order to make your sale success and in shorter time, because some people sell their cars for months, even for years. So it's very important how you make your sale, how you make your ad. We'll talk about this, about the whole process. And now I am starting with this, just to clean this shit out of my shoe. And the first thing about every sale is you decide to sell. Yeah, if you decide that you will sell your car, think if you have other car, what you will drive if tomorrow someone buys your car. That's very important, because otherwise you have to use some other transport, or you will be pushed to buy your next car fast because you don't have a car, and you can make a mistake, buy a car you don't want or buy a car in bad condition. So always think about that before deciding to sell your car. Other thing is that you should think how many money it's better to track somewhere, how many expenses you have on your car, in order to take some reasonable price, or at least you should know how many money we will lose by selling it. Of course, if you have owned the car long enough, you will be on loss. Of course, there are some examples in which you can sell your car actually on profit, but there are too little percentage of how people's car sales. Let's not waste more time and start with the first thing. You decide to sell your car. Okay, I'll sell my car, for example. The first thing you should do after you take this decision is to go through your car like you are a stranger and think of it as a stranger. For example, go a little bit away and look your car from far away. From here, this car looks very nice. You should think about the paint, how your paint looks. Does it has any scratches, any damages, any bigger things that can actually throw away your customers. So overall this car looks good. If you have some mild scratches, something that is not right, something that doesn't look right, you better fix it, because otherwise people will go to other ad or to other car to buy which doesn't has these scratches. So if the scratches are only on 1, 2, 3 details, you can easily fix them in not investing too much money, maybe for example 200 to 500 euro, in order to fix these scratches, and your car will look beautiful again. If you have rust, that's another story, guys, and we'll not talk about rusty cars now. We'll talk about a good condition cars. Of course, if you have some minor rust here, for example here, you can always fix it fast by going to the paint shop, and you can fix it fast for cheap. But always think of your outside look of the car. Think about your headlights. If they are not clearable, if they are not clear, your front look of the car will be really old and really damaged, will look bad, and the customer can go away also. So it's better to polish your headlights. These ones needs polishing, for example. They are not in their best state, and if they are even yellow than this, you should definitely go and make some polishing. It's something 30-40 euro. It will not waste, it will not take you money, but it will definitely fix the look. Other things to look is mainly on the front. Check if you do have badge of the car, you have something damaged here on the plastics. You can take it from second-hand cars and fix it. That will also improve your performance of your ad. So overall look, you know, the first thing people see is the outside look, the outside look, and the performance of the car from the outside. So that's the first thing. If this grab their attention on the ad, or when they come to your car, you have much more chance of succeeding in selling your car. Also look at the wheels. If you have an option to put a bigger wheels, always original wheels always sells the car faster. If you have little bit bigger wheels, not the biggest one, because the biggest one are for a extreme public, for extreme target of people. But if you have good, nice looking wheels, it's better to put them, not the iron ones or some shitty ones or some aftermarket ones, because people who buy car, most of them wants to buy a car which is as fabrical looking as possible. Because if someone has for example several years or several months saving money for some car, you're selling him your car, but for him this is his dream car, so he's giving you money to get something in good condition which he has always dreamed of. Like this 7 Series look now. Even if I look it now, I really like the look of it, and I want to buy it if I am searching for that car. So that's very important, your car to be good looking. You have to spend some money. Of course it should be reasonable money, in which you can make your car looking pretty good, or at least hide some of the front issues and rust if possible. With small dots of rust also can fix it. Some parts if broken, headlights, tail lights, and so on. So first try to make good impression with the look and the wheels and the cover and the paint. Second thing, guys, is to look inside. You have to clean your car very well. Please don't leave your children's toys or your dog's toys or your junk food from McDonald's or hamburgers or some other Burger King shits inside your car. Your car should be as stock as possible, as clean as possible. Go to some wash and have a good cleaning, and use some cosmetics for the interior and for the seats. Your new owner wants to sit in brand new car. if you try to sell him a brand new car looking old car, he will buy it really easy. But if you show him a trunk full of junk, and this one is even better, I have seen a lot of bad trunks. If you open the trunk, there a lot of tools, of children's stuff, beach stuff, and so on, and some for example, some spots here of oil and other liquids. It will be very bad, and I'll go away because this car doesn't look new, and every buyer wants to buy maximum quality for the price he give. So especially if it's a non very cheap, some rusty car, you should clean it very well and remove all your stuff from the car when you go to make some photos and when you show the car to the potential customer, because the potential customer wants to see one neutral car without being personalized by you. If you have some personalization inside, remove it also, leave it as stock as possible, because most of the people will buy fabrical looking car as clean as possible. Of course, wash it outside too. If you have some wax, you can put some turtle wax on it or leave it somewhere on some cosmetic shop to put some wax on it, and after it's dried and ready, you can wash the car, and after you're ready, grab your very nice phone camera, or I will recommend you using a real camera like Canon or Nikon or something really better taking photos, in order to make your very high quality photos, so that people watching your ad enjoy not only the car but also the photos of the car. So guys, that's about inner and outside condition of the car. Next thing is the technical condition. Of course, it's very important to know the right condition of the car. Of course, every old 20, 15, 10 years old car or more has its own issues, and you almost cannot have a car without an issues when you are selling it also. So try to fix easy and cheap issues which are really pain in the ass looking when someone goes, for example, and the car stalls. Try to fix it. Maybe it's not so expensive. Of course, if it's damaged engine, you cannot do anything, and you have to try to sell it with it or hide the problem, which is not very advisable to wider people. But if you have some easy to fix technical problem, some errors on the dashboard, go and clean them. Go and clean them somewhere in some mechanic, or fix something, change something. You can put some budget to fix your car, in order you can put it higher in the price, and you can sell it for better money, and not only because of the money, but because of the shorter time you will sell it. If the car is looking good outside, inside, if it's the right color, maybe black or silver or some of the most bold colors, it will be sold really easily if you have good price and technically good car, except the car is very exotical or very rare, where you have really a small audience for such cars. You have to wait for these cars, no matter how good they are or what is your price. It depends over the market, but general rule is that if you have a good looking outside and inside car, and technically no errors which will be seen, I don't say perfectly technical, but I say things that doesn't grab your attention when you drive it, or when you're inside, or when you start it up, or when you listen to it, some knocking noise. If you don't have such problems, you very probable to sell your car at the medium price very fast, in very short time. Okay, so you can try to fix some of these things. I told you it's always better, and you will sell it easier. Of course, if it's too expensive, you have to choose what to fix. You cannot fix everything for the other owner, but you can try to make car as good as possible in order to sell it fast. And the next stuff, guys, is to check all the documents. Check your documents, check your insurance. If everything with the car is on your name and you don't have any issues with the documents. Check if you had paid your own taxes for the current year, and you're ready. By this, your car is ready to go to the next step. And the next step is, yeah, you're right, you should grab your better camera, high quality camera, and go somewhere beautiful in the nature, somewhere outside of the city, or somewhere in the city where it's really nice road or really nice buildings, and where there are not too many other cars, because you want to park your car alone and no any cars visible if it's possible, so that you can make your best photos. So you're grabbing your best camera and going to some place you like very much, where you can leave the car alone. And of course, it's not a good idea to be a road like this, because this is an ugly situation here. It's dirt, and no one wants to see a car on dirt. So be sure you take photos of the car on a good asphalt or some parking of some big store, for example. Go to the one part of the parking where there are no cars, park it in a nice position. You have to be, of course, after you just wash it and clean it. And so you have to choose the right place. Actually, it really depends. And always remember, choose the right weather. Don't go to make photos of the car in such weather, because the photos will be uglier, the photos will be darker, and the car cannot shine. Choose a nice weather with a little sun, maybe without rain, without snow, of course, without wind, and choose the right weather, but not some very warm day, because if it's too warm, you can have the sun on the car paint, and you also have bad results when you make photos against the sun. So you should choose the appropriate way to stop your car and the appropriate day and the weather. That's important for your photos to be good. Okay, next thing is making photos of the car. That's very important, and one of the most important part here after you clean your car and your car is really good looking. Remember, guys, not everything is seen on the photos, no matter how much quality. Often when you import them in some for example, some platform for selling cars or Facebook or whatever, even if you zoom, the platform offer reduces the quality and you cannot have all the pixels, so you cannot see everything. So don't worry about very little scratches or some imperfections on the paint. Most often they will not be seen. Okay, so you park it somewhere. Let's pretend that here is beautiful and sunny and we have asphalt under the car. So it's very important to make photos of all the sides of the car. So I always start, it depends, but I always like this side the most. You can turn the wheel in to see you can turn the steering wheel to see the wheel in different angle. That's up to you guys, but my first photo always is from somewhere here, somewhere here, somewhere here. The front of the car is what every buyer expects to see, because the front of the car is the face of the car, and that's the first thing and the most important thing when you making a photos of your car. You can make it from here, you can make it from here, but I always like a nuts that are made from here or from the other part, and you can turn the steering wheel so that you can see the nice clean wheel, not like this, the nice clean wheel being turned on the right, and you see one big plate in the wheel and the whole car, front, side, hood, and little bit of the ceiling. So I think that's the perfect first photo. You can take some different angles photo from here, from here, from here, and after that you decide which one is better. Make sure you have the highest quality on your camera and the right parameters and options, or you just go to auto mode and make good focused photos not blurred, of course, and clean your camera sensor before that. Okay, the other photos which you should take photos of every aspect of the car. The other good photo is here. You can go a little bit back in order your car to be more beautiful from far away. You have to have all your car and little bit of the surroundings. Of course, you shouldn't go too away because your car will be a little small and this will be not good for your ad performance. So make from here 1-2 photos is enough. Make from this angle too, like you did it from the front. This angle, this angle, this angle, maybe the angle you like most. Okay, next thing is you can make one of these photos, one of these photos, and of course you go on the other side. One photo here, one photo here, one photo here, same from this side hole, and you go to the front again. It's really dirty wet here. Okay, and you make photo from here too. You can experiment with different creative setups and angles, and your photos will be really nice. If you have some real nice wheels, you can go from the back and use the lip of the rim and make some creative photos, just 2-3 photos, in order to have some creative, some more advanced and nice photos. So after you guys have all these outside photos, you can take some inside photos. Remember always to be clean. You should clean this good in order to not be ugly and dirty like it is now. And here too. Also make sure you clean here too, because it's not looking very ads performing now. Okay, and you make photo from here. For example, you see the door, you see the seat. You can check different angles again in order to show if the seats have problem or not. If it has some problem here from being damaged, you can check image from here, from here. You just see the photo and decide if you would like that photo or not. Not just taking photos without thinking about it. Of course, remove every back or something on the back seat and make the same photo from here, from here. And one interesting thing is that you can go inside and make photo from here. It's very beautiful to make photos from these angles. And you see the whole dashboard. You can move these seats back in order not to be in the photo, and make different angle photos here. Of course, you can go in front and make some back seat photos too. It's not necessary, but if you want to show that you have, for example, a nice which doesn't have any spots, you can take some photos of the ceiling too. Okay, after you got some inside photos and if your trunk is really clean and nice, if it's not, if it's dirty and spotty and you have things left here, better don't take photos. But if it's nice without these things, I would make some photo of it too, to show that how clean is it. If I have some tools, I'll also open it and make photo to show that is as original as possible. If you have some, for example, if you have some service history, put it also on the car, put it with all the keys. For example, you have 3 keys of the car, put it on the hood and make photo of it also to show that it has, or on the seat, and make a nice good photo focused to show the service history or to show the keys. It's just every effort you do to show the car as fabrical as possible, it will pay off by good viewer rating and by many calls and people going to see cars, and this will result, if the car is good, it will result in fast sales. Okay, so we make all the photos. Of course, you can open the hood if your engine is not in oil and it's not very dirty engine. You can make some photos, or if it's dirtier, you can go some far away and make some photo from here in order to be seen the engine, that you have all the plastics inside. But if you have things that you don't want to show in the trunk or under the hood, just don't make photos of it, because they would ruin your ad. Okay, so that is how you just made your beautiful photos of your car you would be selling. And now the next step is you go back at your home or where you reside, open your laptop or computer and put all your photos, high quality photos, put them on the computer and open Photoshop or other program. Just crop them in order, but don't reduce too much the size. Just crop them, fix the lighting, fix the colors, maybe a little bit add sharpness so that you like the photo. There are many tools you can do that, even online tools, but don't get too much with this. Don't cover some damages on the car with some artificial tools. Don't do it. Just leave the car as real as possible, but just fix the lighting, fix the photo, make it look beautiful, like you are watching it on some calendar or like you are watching on the poster. Make your car look really, and your photos look really, they are made for poster. But don't go too much with the colors, too much with the exposure, because it will be looking so artificial that the people will say that this car is not good and this person is trying to sell it with good photos. Okay, and after you have created your you should have at least 9 to 12 pictures. Also, you can make a video of your car walking around the car, but let it not be too shaky. Use a good camera if you have, and if your car has no any problems and it sounds perfectly, it sounds nice exhaust, you can make some video how you started, like you showing no errors on the dashboard, on the diagnostic on the right, showing the engine bay how it's working, not making clenching noises, and some shakes showing that there is no smoke on the back while you rev it. These things will help. Also showing underneath there is no rust, if there is no rust. If you have such good car, why not show it in the video? Video ads shows much more and sells much more if the platform, when you add the video, is having possibility to add a video actually. But just in case, you can make a such short 1-minute video or 2-minute video where you can show such basic things. Okay, you have your car, you have your media ready, you have good photos, high quality photos edited, cropped, so that you can see emphasis on the car, not on the other things on the surrounding, but your car is the main goal of these photos and videos. And so you're ready to go to some different platforms, and now you should create your ad. But before creating an ad, you can open one notepad or other text editor and just write down your short, don't be too long, but write your short resume of your car. For example, the car I offer, and for example, the car is in very good condition, it has been serviced, and blah blah blah. You can continue with such overall things in the first paragraph. And next, for the people who wants to know more, you should go more in the details below. For example, you should tell them what have you changed recently, or if you have the car for some months, you can actually, if you know what the previous owner has changed, you can also include the previous owner, which was, for example, 5,000 kilometers ago, what he has changed. Maybe the clutch, he has changed the clutch, or some other expensive parts of the car. Actually, don't go too detailed there, because you will not say if you have changed something for 5 or 50 or 15 euro. People don't need that information, it's too cheap and it's too detailed. And you also point the things that has been changed recently by you and the previous owner, but the things and the parts that are expensive and that prone to broke in that model, because every model has its problems. For example, diesels have problems with the nozzles, with the turbos, with the clutch, dual mass clutch and flywheel. And so if you have changed them, you would include it. Also, if it's a petrol engine and you have a rebuild in the engine, also it's very nice to include that the engine has no any problems with burning smokes, because you have changed, for example, the seals on that model, or fixed the vanos issue, or however, whatever you fix, or something on the gearbox. It's very important to put it in the description, but don't go too detailed, don't include too much prices. It's possible to include some prices, but it's not very good because you're starting to make it like looking like an account, like a accounting sheet and not like a nut. So make a short description, put only the parts you decide are really more expensive and more interesting for that model to be changed, so that if someone is searching for that model, he would possibly know what are the issues with that cars. And if he sees, oh, he has changed the nozzles, or he has changed the juices, he will say, okay, I will buy a car, because if I have to change it by myself, I'll have to pay, for example, 2,000 euro more, but now it's changed and I get it at good price. So that's always something that will possibly increase your possibility to sell it really fast. Okay, and after you got your really nice text, and also you can explain that there is no problem with the taxes, insurance, you can actually mention this in the below. In the last line you can say that if you want some if you want to exchange for other car by paying for the other guy by paying to you some money, or you paying for a higher level car or a more newer car, you can write it down too. If you don't want only cash but also this exchange option, car exchange option. So you have your ad ready in the notepad, save it. You have your photos, you can create some headline, some headings, you can create some title, because some websites have an option you can add some title. Try to be unique in the title. For example, if your car has a panoramic roof, right, BMW 7045 panoramic roof after the model, or if you have an MPAC, you can write it MPAC, or if you have for example tune, you can write tuned to how much horsepower. Don't forget to add these details if you have tuned car, or if you have changed the tires, or whatever you have done. Try to be your car unique, or if you have repainted it also. Okay guys, and you now ask me, what about the bad things about my car, the downsides of my car, the cons of my car? Well, every old car has its cons. For example, this one, burning oil. Well, you decide whether you should include it or not, but my advice is that you don't include all the things that are broken inside your car and not working. You can include 1, 2, 3 things which are not too bad. You can include it down below in the description, not on the first line, of course, not in the second one, but down below on the last line, or you can do it in the last paragraphs, doesn't matter, you decide. But include only a part of them, because if you include everything, if you be too honest, no one will buy your product, your car, or whatever you're selling. Because you know, when you buy car, did someone tell you all the details about the car? Often no. That's because people won't selling if they doesn't hide something, or if they doesn't lie. But I am not telling you to lie, just don't include it. If it's too obvious and the people will go to your car, go to your car, and it will see it from the beginning that your car is rusty, it's not a good idea to hide it, because you're hiding it from who? From you. Actually, when the buyer potential comes, he will see it. There is no point in doing that. So if the problems happens from time to time, it's something electrical, something about errors on the dashboard, something that cannot be seen, cannot be felt really easily from 5-10 minutes drive, you'd better hide it. Or even if it's something that is not so big deal, also hide it. Never mind, he will see it, because that will not ruin his overall experience if how the car is good. We cannot have a perfect cars. These cars are old, these cars are a fraction of the price of the new ones, so you cannot expect it to be brand new and all the parts to be in brilliant condition. Of course, everything can break, it's an old car, but the potential buyer doesn't want that, they doesn't realize that, and they want a perfect car. So don't give them a perfect car by description, but you can be a little bit honest and put something so that your ad doesn't look actually suspicious. How can this car be so good at that price? Like, okay, so you have included all this inside your ad. Okay, we're already inside and we continue with the next step. So we have a really ready ad, text for ad, we have photos, and what do we need now actually? Well, after we had all this, it's time to find places in the internet where we can put our ad to be seen by as many people as possible. So of course you first go to your local, for your country or for your place, for your state. You go to these websites and try to find as many websites, local websites as possible, which sells cars. Of course you can offer your car also in foreign websites if you want some foreigners to come to see it, but it will be much harder. So first try to deal in your own country, with the market in your own country. So find all the best sites, the top rated sites, choose 2, 3, 4 sites of them and put your ad there. As many as good. If there are many, it's better. But don't go into some small websites. It's not worth the effort and the time putting your ad there. So just go into the biggest one with the more traffic, with the highest traffic. You can just write cars, buy cars, or car sale, second-hand car selling in the Google, and they will pop up, I'm sure. Okay, the next thing is Facebook and social media. If you have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or wherever you have, just go there and put your ad on the low or on the news feed. Put it somewhere to be seen by your friends, which can share it to other friends. Also, not only your friends, because you don't want to sell your car only to your friends. When going to Facebook, go to Marketplace, open a new ad and add it there too. Next interesting thing which I'll tell you is search. Go to the search bar in Facebook and search for the pages of the model and the make of your car. Maybe only the make, maybe the make and the model. For example, if I'm selling BMW, I go and write BMW. I found BMW pages and groups, BMW selling pages and groups, because in closed groups they can ban you for putting things on sale. So please keep this in mind and find some pages for people, for groups of people which are interested in your model or your make. For example, BMW owners buy and sell cars. If there is such group, you just subscribe, or to join that group, you put a request to join that group, wait until you're accepted, or if it's open group, they likely post it there. Go to other websites connected with cars, selling cars. Maybe they are not branded. You can find as many car selling groups in Facebook as possible. Maybe there are some BMW 7 Series group, 5 Series group, for example. I'm giving you just an example, can be Mercedes or Audi's groups, and you just post your ad there. As many groups as possible. People are using nowadays very much Facebook. They are all the time doing like this, scrolling down, so your ad will be really more seen than this website which sells in these websites where you put your ads only. So make this effort. I know it's really not very interesting work to go to different groups and subscribe, to request success and to put the ad, but after you have, for example, 20 groups selling cars in your country, for example, and most of them, for example, BMW groups or BMW 7 Series groups or car selling groups, you go to Marketplace and post your ad, and while posting it will ask you, would you want to post it somewhere else, and choose all these groups which you already subscribed, maybe some general selling groups too, and put this ad at one time, at one step. You put it everywhere. And by doing this, you have your ad everywhere on Facebook groups, you have it in these websites. And another thing, you can even more, you can go to forum, BMW forum, and add your ad there in the section selling, so that other BMW interested guys, or Audi, if it's Audi group, Audi forum, you can put it there. It's not something that will take you much time, but will actually improve your ad improve the visitors and the number of people which will see the ad. And the most important things when selling something is to be shown to as many people as possible and to be beautiful ad. That's the most important thing. And I almost forgot to tell you one of the most important things also. That's the price. Okay, everyone wants to take as many money as possible for his car. Everyone tells, but I have invested so much in that car. I have changed the turbo, I have changed the nozzles, I have changed the gearbox, I have changed everything on that car. I cannot give it for that price of the market price. Sorry guys, in most countries, on most markets, no one cares what you have changed. Actually, little bit of people cares, but most of the people don't care. They just see that model, see from 2003 for 2050 year, see the price range, and they go in the middle of price range and trying to find something really unique and beautiful and as stock as possible. So they will buy a car. Most of the people are searching for cars which are in good condition and are middle priced for this segment. So if you try to put double price of the lowest price of the, for example, BMW 745i, I will never sell that car, because it has to be extremely wealthy person who don't care, or some person that will actually care what I have changed. But believe me, in my experience, I have sold more than 40 cars and almost no one have been interested and wants to pay my repairs. So you should remember that no one wants to pay your repairs. No matter you have made them yesterday or 1 week ago, no one will pay for your repairs. Remember that, guys, remember. Well, if it's some rich country, it may happen, but people are buying older cars because they don't have money for newer. So remember that they don't want to put too much money inside an older car, because they know that something can broke even though you have changed already something. But however, keep your records, keep your change parts if you want, keep your invoices, what you have changed, in order to show it to the potential customer, because you should prove what you should change, what you have changed, because otherwise he may not believe you. Of course, you are telling something that may not be seen, and it should be seen somewhere on paper. Okay, and when you choose your appropriate price, for example, if you have a beautiful, if you want a fast, and here guys, it depends. Do you want to sell your car fast, or you want to sell your car at good price? If you want to sell your car fast, you should put it at the lowest price on the market. Don't put it below the lowest price, because people will skip your ad because they think that car is broken. So put it little bit higher than the lowest price cars of that sector, and your car should look more beautiful, more in better condition with your beautiful photos than these lower price cars, which are often in worst painting outside and have some technical problems. So you will sell your car really fast like this if you need fast money. Well, if you have some time, some weeks, months, and to sell the car, you can actually put some, and that's my advice, but you are not pushed by the time for this money, you can push some medium price. For example, if some model is selling between 5 and 7,000 euro, you can put 6,000 euro or a little bit above 6,000 euro, so that you can bargain with your potential customer. People are most searching a little bit on the middle price or little bit above, but not many people are searching on the higher prices, and not many people are searching on the below the lowest price. So keep in mind that and put some fair price. If your price is fair enough in the middle of the range and your car is looking really good, you will be selling it in no time, really. Or at least you have people coming to see it, and after that it's all up to you and to the condition of the car. If they are searching for such model, they will definitely have an interest in buying it if it's in good condition and shape. Okay, so we have choose the price, we have put our ad on all these platforms. What do we do now? Just wait for weeks? No. Yes, we wait for several days to see how is the traffic going. You can check the status of the traffic, the stats, and but we don't leave the things like this. We go to some of these websites after 5, 6, 7 days or even less, and we update our ad. For example, we can delete it and upload it again, or in some platforms you can just change something, for example the mileage of the car, and it will pop up in front of the other older ads. And that's how you can easily actually renew your ad, and this will gain you more visitors, and it will look newer, not posted five weeks ago, and people will think maybe this is sold, maybe this has some problems. So always check this, it's important, and it's in people psychology to buy the latest cars which has been on the market, which are the newest cars. You can also change the photos of your thumbnail, about the thumbnail of your ad. I would propose you to put this front picture with the side too and the hood being visible, because people like to click on ads that shows front picture of the car, and it's the beautiful front picture. You can make several front pictures, some of the different angles, and put different pictures when you renew your ad or in different platforms, so that you can grab attention with the different pictures. And of course, in the Facebook you can go to marketplace, delete your ad, or just don't delete it and put again a new ad with a little bit different title, for example something other interesting, for example ride the mileage if it's low mileage, ride the horsepower, or ride for example if it's avant-garde Mercedes, right, it's avant-garde, it's not comfort mode, it's not the comfort, but it's avant-garde, the top level trim. And so these are small tweaks which you can do to manage your ad, and to you're actually supporting your ad non-stop until you sell the car. Well, okay, you have beautiful ad, but for example no one calls for 1-2 weeks. Well, maybe your price is too high, or your photos are not appropriate, or your color of the car or the make is really exotic and you have to wait if it's too exotic. Otherwise you can change the photo, you can renew your ad. And the next interesting question is, should we pay for premium ads for boosting the post? Yes, you can try doing this, but first you can wait. If you're not in hurry, you can wait for some time, for some days, weeks, to see if there is any interested on the phone. If they are, don't forget to include your phone to not be wrong, because you're expecting people to call you, to write you messages. And actually see what's the interested. If there is interest, if your ad is good, you will not need paying for that ad. But if you don't have and you want to experiment, you can boost your post, you can pay for a premium VIP ad, and you can catch more people's eyes. People which are not looking for the exact model can see your ad and decide that this is the model for them, because there are many people which don't want a certain model, or they don't want a certain make. They just see it on the internet and decide, oh, I'm searching for a new car, that will be a good new car. So you can try this too as an option, in order to show it to more people which are randomly searching. Okay, you have beautiful ad, you wait for a little bit, and just don't destroy the car while selling it, or don't drive it too hard, because you can break it actually, and it will be bad. You have to change the ad. Doesn't matter, you can use your car of course as you wish. And if you got someone calling you, hey, is the car already on sale, you can schedule the meeting with him. Always leave some time between coming and of the buyer and you coming to the car, because and always remember, don't go you to the buyer with the car, because it looks like you are pathetic and you're trying to sell something that is broken and you are trying to get rid of it. You just tell the guy to come to some address where you will put the car, or some parking, and you can then meet and you can show him the car. By these ways you can warm up your car. If there is any problems, any smoke, it will go away if it's warmed. It depends on the problem of course, but it's a higher chance that you prepare your car not to hear some squeezing noises of being cold or some chunking noises from the engine. You can ask the buyer to come to see it. If he is serious enough, he will come to see it, because he is searching for that car. So you don't have to waste your money, your fuel, for every one who decided to see your car, because there are many people that they don't have an idea what they will buy. They don't want a certain model, they just go and drive different cars and be driven in different cars and see different cars. They do it for fun. So in order to not spend money on such waste of time clients, you just ask them they to come and to see your car. Of course, first you ask them, be polite, never be rude, because people don't like to buy cars from rude people. Me too, if someone is rude or too arrogant on the phone, I just don't want to buy this car, no matter how good is the car. So be very polite, be as real as possible. Of course, if the guy is from other part of the country, from other country, you should tell him these hidden things, because it will be very bad if he travel. Imagine yourself traveling 1000 kilometers and you go see a piece of junk which doesn't actually correspond to the ad, and actually you see that gearbox is broken or something, there is a huge problem in the car. You tell these guys that there is a problem, and there will be no problems with you wasting these people's time, and there will be no some nervous client. You can go into a deep aggression with these clients. So keep in mind that. For the people which are walking in your city, you can ask them just to come. You can tell them the car is in good state if it is, and let them find these problems by themselves if they find them, if they are not big enough, as I told you. Okay, so we have our first client, for example, or second client coming, and he look at the overall car. I first leave the clients to look at the overall car, to show them real condition, so that I can really understand if this client is interested in that car, or he is just watching and spectating cars without actually being interested. If you found out the guy is interesting, he likes the condition of the car outside, inside, and you fire up the engine, you can propose him to make a ride. But you drive first time, because you can show him the performance of the car. If it's fast, you can drive it by your own way and show it in the best possible way. You can match the perfect, if it's manual, match the gearbox revs, and you can show it in really good state. And after that, if you see that the guy is really interested in buying it already, you can let him drive, but be careful, because there are many people which will come just to drive the car, or they will not buy it after that. So be careful with giving other people's driving your car. And after they drive the car, or some of them don't want to drive the car, they will bargain about the price. They will start telling you, for example, this doesn't work, the other doesn't work, please lower down the price. And here it's up to you if you want to sell the car right now, if it's really appropriate, comment that this doesn't work and how much does it cost, so that you can cut it off from the price, so that you have, after all, hands shaked and money taken from it and car being sold. It depends on your goals. You can tell him that you will not, for example, make any discount, or make very little discount. It's if the car is really good and you see that the buyer is really enjoy the ride and it's really thrilled about the car, you can actually not lower him the price too much. Or even if he offers you something, you can think and call him back. If the offer is still valid, he can buy it after that. But don't go too much in discount from the first word of the client, except you're really trying to sell something that is hard to sell and you want to get rid of it at all price. So that is how you go to the communication with the customer. Also, he may want to go to some repair shop to check the car, and that's pretty normal. He has, especially if the car is modern with a lot of electronics, he wants to see if there is any problem, diagnostic, and so on, to be checked by a mechanic, or some service history in the facial dealerships. So these things are normal, but always when someone calls you, you can ask him if he is searching for exact that car, or he is just looking for different cars, so that you know before you meet him, or you can decide not to meet him, that this guy is actually interested in the exact model, because the chance is much bigger he to buy your car if he's searching for exactly that model. And guys, that was it. I showed you my experience of selling different cars, more than 40 car hours in my car guy life. And actually I have gained some experience. Of course, I have made a lot of mistakes, and I still make a lot of mistakes. I often sell my cars on big loss, but I just enjoy the cars, and that's why I do it. And my wife says, you fix the cars and sell them to other guys. Fix it. Why you do it? And you sell them so cheap to them, like the cars which are just imported in an awful state. Yeah, I do it like this, but when I sell something, I want to sell it fast often, and I don't want to wait with months. And it really depends on the market where you are. Some markets are really hard to sell. There are even good cars to sell really hard. Some models are exotic. I often like to buy some bigger engines, some exotic engines, and they're really pain in the ass selling in a country that is not rich, and everyone is searching a diesel that burns 5 liters per 100, and it's hard to sell these high performance cars. So guys, it all depends on the market, but you can do your best effort to prepare the yacht if you want to get good money, and you can sell your car at a more reasonable price, more faster. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I can make other such videos. You can give in the comments your own comments, your own thoughts. You can share your own thoughts in the comments about selling the cars, how you do the sale, what can be improved to what I said, or if you agree or disagree with something I said. So do it as you wish. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. It's been long enough, so let us tell us now bye, and see you in the next video. But don't forget to subscribe and put the alerts on so that you get notified when our next video is being a POV, or I don't know what will be, but when our next video is ready.